What's up, ninjas? This is Fate Swim, doing the second video in my series about the life and struggles of a new streamer. Last time I kind of introduced y'all to me and let you know where I was at now. And so in this video, this is where I'm going to actually start doing a little bit more information, letting y'all know how I got started, things of that nature. So, it all started when I got hurt at work and I couldn't work anymore, and I didn't know what to do with my time or myself, and I mostly played video games. And a lot of my friends were like, "Oh, you should stream," and I was like, "I don't, I don't know, I don't know how to get started and all that." And they were like, "Oh, you just, turn on your camera and stream on Twitch." So I was like, "Okay," and I tried it, and of course, nobody viewed. I had like one viewer, and that was my buddy. So I wasn't sure. I wasn't even sure like if people would want to watch me. Like, what did I have, to offer, and like, why would you watch me out of everybody else? And so, I just talked to more people. I started watching other streamers, and as I was watching other streamers, I was kind of looking for like how were they, what was special about them? Like, what were they doing? Why did people want to watch them? And I did a lot of research in that way. And also, I would talk to people, and as you talk to people, you start growing a community. You get other people that you enjoy talking to. They know some things about you. Uh, you exist, basically. So did that a little bit, and then I found a Discord community for small streamers, and it was a godsend. Like, there's so many people in there. They're doing the same thing I am. They're going through the same problems. They don't have followers. They don't have a lot of viewers. Yada yada yada. So uh, I went into Discord. I got to know people. Like, my first week, all I did was watch people. Like, whoever it said was streaming, go and watch them. And you can watch two people at a time and still count as a viewer. So I was watching two streams. I had one on this TV and one on that TV, and I kind of had them both at kind of a moderate volume. And so I'm like playing, and I'm like, okay, they just did some, blah 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 blah. I talk to them for a minute, and I come over here and talk to them for a minute. And if I saw something funny or whatever, I'd comment on it. I was, sending emotes and different stuff like that. And I noticed there wasn't a lot of people doing that. Like, most people, like, there was a lot of viewers, and they weren't doing anything, replying or talking or anything. And I was like, that can't be good, right? You want people to talk, you want people to do stuff. So I decided that I was going to be the kind of viewer that interacted with whoever I was watching, and that is a good thing. That is what is known as oh goodness, what was the word? Interactions. Interactions are like when you follow or you like, or send something in chat, talk, play a thing with channel points or whatever. Those things matter a lot to all these platforms. That's a big thing, and I understood that. So I was like, oh well, if I want to support this person, these are things that I should be doing. Just being there helps a little bit, because it gets your viewer count up, but that's really not going to get you discovered. What's going to get you discovered is engagement. So uh, I started reading and learning. Uh, then I did my first couple streams, and I hit affiliate in a week with the help of ALSW. For dang sure. It was a lot of hard work and effort on both our parts. They really came through. Uh, but there's not a lot of engagement still, and that's the struggle I'm having at the moment. Plus, the only people who know me are really, the couple people who I've visited in the stream, and the people in that Discord. So, what I did was I started branching out and going to more Discords, and I got to a point where there's a lot of Discords. You know what I mean? There's a lot of Discords, and I was thinking to myself, which of these Discords are like good and which are bad, and by I mean that, which ones were gonna further what I was about, what I was trying to do. Uh, so how do I test that? Well, one thing is you can view a couple of their people and see if they view you back. Uh, so what I decided was, since it's supposed to be a community, and this community is supposed to be about talking, networking, building relationships, getting to know each other, I had a funny story, and pretty much the majority of people that see it, they thought it was pretty funny, and they would want to react in some way. And so I said, okay, this is going to be the test. I posted that story to every Discord I was in. One of the Discords I was in, a couple people commented, and like one or two people liked it. So okay, there was a couple engagements with it. On several of the Discords, nobody mentioned it. Nobody said anything. Nobody gave a thumbs up. Everybody just kept on talking. Hey, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Good morning. What's up, fam? And I said, okay, there's no engagement here. This is just people paying lip service so they can use your Discord to post their link. That's not a good Discord. You don't want to be in that kind of Discord. Get out. Stop wasting your time. So then I found a couple other Discords where there was good engagement. I'm still in those. And I talk to people in Discord a lot. I try to make sure I'm known. I go to streams and I cut up. I act silly with everybody. I try to make it better for everybody. You know, I want you to be able to have discourse with somebody so people can see your talent. They can see you're funny. They can see you're amazing. So I try to help bring that out. And I feel like that is support. So the next thing from all my reading and research is that everybody was like, oh, well, you don't start on Twitch. You start on YouTube, or you start on TikTok, or you start on Instagram, you start on Twitter. So they were like, you need to go get those. So I set up a Facebook. I set up a Twitter. I set up a TikTok. I haven't done Instagram. I don't know. To me, Instagram seems like it's pictures. I've never been on there. I'm straightforward. I've never been on Instagram. I've never been on like really any of those. I mean, except for YouTube. And so like I really didn't. But to me, Instagram's like you're posting pictures and stuff. And it's more for like model or somebody trying to be pretty. I ain't pretty. If you see this face, you ain't gonna want to view my photos. You know, you might hang around and talk with me, have some good laughs, and hear some stupid stuff that I say. But you know, you're not coming from my pretty face, so I decided to duck that one. Twitter, I made that. I started learning a little bit about it because, like I said, I knew nothing. So I've kind of been doing research on that. I've got the Twitter started. It's up and going. I've been tweeting. Not to great success yet. Not a lot of people know me yet. You know, I understand that. I'm still a nobody. But I'm branching out on networking. I made some TikToks, made some YouTubes. Uh, I made some videos to post on TikTok. I made some videos to post on YouTube. So I did all that. Got some likes here and there on some of the TikTok things, and you know, I'm starting to learn a little bit more about that. I'm learning about interactions. On YouTube, I'm learning more about interactions. Tried a couple of different little things. And then I started studying how to make videos, video production, how to make thumbnails, all this sort of stuff. So I acquired Adobe Premiere and I think Adobe Photoshop, and I've been using those to kind of help me trim my VODs for my live streams into suitable segments and making thumbnails and all that kind of stuff. And I'm learning more about production. So already from where I started thinking, all you do is you play video games on Twitch. I learned that you've got to network, you've got to study, you've got to learn video production, you've got to learn how to make thumbnails, so that's art, graphic design, that sort of thing. You have to learn to do little tweaks. There's a lot more work to this than you would think at first, and so I went back through my videos and I made better thumbnails, and still nobody knows me yet. So there's probably not many people that will see this for quite a while. I mean, I'll post this today, and who knows? It might be a couple weeks from now. It might be a year from now. You know, maybe I'll be somebody that you'll know, and you'll be like, "Oh, I know this guy," and you'll watch this and you'll laugh. Seeing where I was before. Who knows? But anyway, I don't know what all people need tutorials on. I'd like to do some tutorials for you guys and show you how to do different things, because I'm learning myself as I'm going through. I'm struggling through it, going from nothing, zero knowledge, trying to learn how to use all these programs. Um, and I did my first stream the other day with OBS, and it was a great test stream in that everything that could possibly go wrong did. I mean, oh, it was terrible. Like it just, uh, my bit rate was too high. I guess it automatically had set it at some arbitrary random number that was just way too much. I think I also maybe was hooked to a bad Twitch server because it was saying I was getting like 1,500 bit rate, and I've got like a 37 megabyte upload. I mean, I ran multiple tests, and it's always 37 megabyte upload. So there's no way that my bit rate was that low. So I don't know what was going on, but it kept dumping all my viewers, booting everybody off the channel. I'm getting frustrated. I don't want my name, my brand to be associated with getting dumped off the channel. That's not a good experience. Um, but thankfully, a lot of people stuck around, and every time I came back, they would come back in. Some people, never tried to come back, and that happens. I mean, people have got better things to do with their day than help me test stuff. Um, but I've been trying to do more engagement, running polls and stuff. Unfortunately, right now, most of my viewers are just lurkers. They're not answering poll questions. They're not replying to things I say. So that's still something to work on. And that's where I'm currently at in my struggle. I am trying to find more viewers who will be engaged in my content as opposed to just being there. So the lesson from this is you need to really find people who want to watch you. You need to find people that are willing to engage with you, that will talk to you, answer questions. If you find somebody like that, for God's sake, keep them. Those are your your pillars. You know what I'm saying? They're your support. That's the people you really need. Because it doesn't matter how good you are as a gamer. If all I'm doing is sitting there just and not talking, not engaging, like I'm never going to get anywhere. So I'm rambling a little bit. Sorry. I will try to let you guys know more next video. But yeah, as of now, I'm over 100 viewers. I think I've got like 155, maybe. I have like 68 on Twitter, like maybe 6 on TikTok. I don't know. I've got. Let me see. I'm gonna run over here and check this. Sorry, this is a little rude to do this while you guys are watching this video, but I want to make sure I give you guys accurate information. Yeah, I have 13 followers on TikTok and a 6% average engagement rate. And what that means is that out of everybody that's seen all of my videos, on average, 6% of those people like, follow, comment, whatever. So that's not great. It needs to, that's something I need to work on getting up. But of course, again, people don't know me yet. That's where a lot of this comes in. And like it starts slow. But like once the snowball starts rolling, it gets a little easier. I think the more you get a couple of those core people, the more you get engagement, you start getting more people that know you exist, and furthermore, maybe find you slightly entertaining. The more of those you can get, the better, because that's what's really going to start getting you going. I know it sounds funny for me to say this because I'm nobody, and you ain't got to listen to me uh, by any means. Go out and do your own research. Verify what I'm saying. Uh, watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos, whatever. Look for people that have big numbers. Um, like I said, I'm not going to try to give you any advice that I don't really know about. You know, everything I say, either I've done or I've researched a lot. Um, so I've watched probably 80 to 100 videos on like how to grow your channels and how to do this and how to do that, how to get more followers, how to get more engagement, and I'm trying to do those things, and I'm trying to keep all those things in mind. So that's where I'm at right now. Like I said, I'm still not making any money, so I have a little check coming in for my injury, and that's basically paying all my stuff. And hopefully we can get a little bit more popular within the next few months and start maybe the ball rolling on a little bit extra cash coming in, even if it ain't but 20 or 50 bucks a month. I mean, it's something, you know. Every little bit counts. But anyway, that's where we are at today. And hey, tune in about a week or so. I'll have another one. I'm gonna be doing several videos on different topics, and we'll just see what happens. All right, peace, ninjas.